welcome to the offensive, where we're shitty to the fourth quarter, just like Caleb.
Or at least to the end of the
And
episode.
now
You
we're
gotta
gonna
watch all the way to
debate.
the end when we're good.
Is
Yeah.
it better to be pretty damn good the whole game, or be really shitty and then be like best ever in history for like 30 seconds?
I mean, if I'm being fair, everybody loves Tom Brady. And if you look at most of Tom Brady's game, he's mediocre to bad in a lot of those games, but he's good when it matters the most, and they love him. So I think it's pretty clear that you can be terrible for 3.5 quarters, play well for 5 minutes, and people will love
I don't
you.
think that's a fair assessment. There's most of Brady's games he was pretty good, maybe not
Nope.
amazing.
No,
but
in the
was
first
pretty
half, he was
decent.
always
No.
dog dude. They
other
don't
than-
score 13 points.
I was gonna say,
halfway
other
through
than the
third
2 or
quarter.
3 years where he was killing it in New England when he had Randy Moss and they were
Yeah.
like a juggernaut offensively, which by the way, they didn't win any Super Bowls those years, by the way. He was pretty mediocre offensively most of the game. He was winning games 17-13, 16-10, 18-15. And, they were scoring special teams touchdowns, and he had 164 yards and a touchdown. It just so happened he threw the touchdown with 3 minutes left. And of course, his defense made the stop. So no, Brady has been very consistent. And I'm not saying he was terrible, but if you look at how he could have been blowing out teams and he wasn't scoring a lot of points. He just happened to be scoring points when it mattered. So again, Caleb's kind of in the same boat. His defense is a lot worse though. So he's scoring a little more, and then they're winning 28
The difference
or
is
30.
though Tom Brady was a good game manager. He would limit mistakes. He would
would.
like make smart
Yep.
decisions. Caleb is not a game manager. He's a crazy like high-end athlete.
Caleb had the lowest interception percentage in the league
Yeah.
this year.
He limits
At one-
mistakes.
at one point-
Sure, but I
1.2%.
mean, like
Yeah.
overthrows, missed passes, and bad decision type
But,
stuff.
Yeah.
but that's still I'd still consider that to be a game manager, even though he's not completing passes. He's not turning it
Yeah,
over.
but
So my
game manager is
definition-
more as like setting up the offense properly, making the right calls at the line, and like being smart like that. I don't think Caleb's at
Well,
that
that,
level.
that takes time though. Brady got there years into his career, right? And to agree with Dave, honestly, to Caleb's credit, he'll take a penalty for intentional grounding before he throws a pick. Do you know what I mean? Like he'll just
Now he does. Earlier in his career he wasn't doing it.
He'll
right?
he won't chuck the
Well,
ball into
even his
danger.
first year, he didn't throw many picks.
No,
he took a lot of
chucks the
sacks.
ball.
Right,
Yeah,
he
he
took
chucks
like
the ball into
64
nowhere.
sacks.
Yeah. No, he held on to the ball too long last year, which he's still doing a little bit too.
He holds
this
on to
year.
it even longer this year.
Yeah, but he's got a better offensive line. So
Much
that's
better.
the main difference. And he's realized when to give it up, like when to just throw it away, I think better this year than he did last year. But he's still got a lot to work on, but he's been doing well in the fourth quarter. Like, let's give him credit. He has been good in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
He's
his
just been-
pass that he beat the Packers on at that long
Fantastic.
touchdown pass
DJ.
was the highest rated pass of the season for difficulty of
Yeah,
like,
because of the wind
whatever.
and everything. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can believe that. Yeah, it was a great pass. Like, it was the best pass he threw all game by a mile. Like, not even close. So, yeah. So, all right, let's get into the debate. Who's going to be better next year then? Jordan Love or Caleb Williams? Because we've seen Jordan Love be good, but be inconsistent. We've seen Caleb Williams be really inconsistent, but then good when it matters. But the funny thing is, Jordan Love has a ton of fourth quarter comebacks too. It's just he's not quite so electric or dramatic.
He's not
just,
running around and dodging guys.
Jordan Love is like cool on ice, man. He's just throwing touchdowns. He's not celebrating. He's not doing anything dramatic. He's just walking down the field and scoring. And he did it a lot this year, a lot. Caleb's also doing that. He's just like missing dudes and doing pirouettes and like throwing it 80 yards, to a guy down the field. So it looks better. But at the end of the day, they've both been really good at the end of the games. It's just Jordan's been a little more consistent and he's had a little bit better defense. So he hasn't had to do as much, right?
Yeah, through most of the season, the Packers were dynamite in the fourth quarter. Their like EPA and everything on offense was like way better than everybody else at the end of the game.
And Jordan Love is the best third down quarterback in the NFL this year. And it's not even close. It's not even close. And EPA per play, I think he finished fourth at the end of the day. So like he's way high up there. So let's get into it next year. Dave, after what you've seen this year from Caleb Williams, do you think he's going to be better than Jordan Love is next year?
Next year, I say he's going to be just a hair behind. But again, Jordan Love's, he's been in the league for 7 years. This is his fourth year starting. It's only going to be Caleb's third year next year. But the steps that we've seen him take from week one until now have been pretty significant. And his footwork is going to get even better. His time is going to get a little bit better, to where I think he's kind of at the point. He made such a big jump between start of the season and now, that now just the incremental changes can have huge dividends. So he can make small upgrades, and that's going to have a much more significant change to where, still Jordan Love's amazing. Jordan Love, his fundamentals are there. When he throws the ball, he's accurate. It goes where he wants it to almost every time. Caleb isn't quite there yet, but I think he's going to be able to make some tweaks to make it a lot closer. And I'd say in 2 years, I think he can finally surpass him. And I'm not saying that lightly, because like I said, Jordan Love is amazing, but I think next year Jordan will still have the advantage. But I believe that our defense is going to give Caleb more opportunities for comebacks.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if
it'll be his second year in Ben Johnson's offense, right?
Yep.
Which I think he's expected to take a step. Jared Goff definitely took a step his second year. But I think, like we talked about before, Dave, Jared Goff and Caleb Williams are like almost the opposite quarterback. They couldn't be more different, right?
Right.
Like he's on Caleb is just almost like he takes too long, he processes too long, but he makes amazing throws. He buys himself time, where Jared Goff can't exist without time. So like he has a clock in his head. He gets the ball out. He's all timing. He's all reading the play beforehand, knowing where he's going to go. So I think Jared Goff took that huge leap his second year because his processing is his requirement for success, if that makes sense. Where Caleb's athleticism and skill is kind of his success, and he's working on his processing. Right? Yeah. So if his processing even gets to like 75% of what Goff's was, I think he could be really, really dangerous. My worry with Caleb, though, Dave, if I'm being honest, is like the timing and the accuracy on the throws are still not good.
Yep.
And even through 2 full seasons now, Dave. Now, I agree with you. He's played better the second half of the season.
He has 2 rookies, though.
True.
He has 2 rookies, so this is his first
year. He also
year
has a top 5 offensive line, just like Jared Goff did. He's got a top 5 offensive line, right?
Yep.
He's got a top 5 running game, and he's still good at quarterback, but he's not killing it.
Well, I'm going to give you guys a stat that makes you realize real quarterback play, okay? Because the Bears are often ahead of the sticks. And
Ooh, I'm in Green Bay. I have real quarterback play.
Yeah, real quarterback play is a real one, okay? You can see highlights all the time. Oh, look at this cool throw. But you're not seeing all the lowlights, which there's a lot of them, okay? So this is the thing. When it comes down to late downs, 3rd down, 4th down, like when you have to make a play, Jordan Love is by far the number 1 EPA quarterback in the league, and Caleb Williams is 31st. Okay?
Wow, that's good.
That's with a good offensive line and with a good running game to make them worry about the running game. So, and this is through the whole season. Caleb has progressed in the season and gotten better. But when you're 31st in the league, there's a large gap there, and it's the second season, right? So, like, you have to understand that.
That's his first season. Shane Waldron doesn't count.
Oh,
It's going to take him a little bit long. Yeah, and Jordan Love is his second season, would probably be even worse, maybe. But
Shane Waldron is like Urban Meyer coaching.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about next season, though. Down the line, Caleb could progress to be very, very good overall. But we're talking about right now and going to next season. Jordan Love has a gigantic gap over Caleb for plays when it really matters, and over the course of the game, not just the 4th quarter.
I think Jordan Love still has some stuff to work on, but Jordan Love has had the ability to work with Matt LaFleur for his entire career, right?
Yep.
So he's had the same system, the same coach his entire career.
And he got to sit and watch that system.
And he got to sit and watch, and his on-field processing was already way ahead of the game, which is why Green Bay does it this way, though, folks. Like, it's not a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they did that on purpose. So you can say he's been in the league 7 years, but like,
Jordan
still got to play.
Yeah, Jordan had hero ball in college. He had a lot of inaccuracies that we're talking about.
He still plays a little bit of hero ball.
But his completion percentage wasn't great in college, and that was his knock. That's why Green Bay got him as late as they did, because he was even rawer than Caleb was. It's just that he had 3 years to sit, learn, and to refine it. And so for Caleb, he's only had, it'll be almost 12 months of being refined by a real NFL coach this year. Yeah. Come this next spring. So
no, I think Caleb's going to keep getting better, Dave, but the things that he didn't fix this year are a little bit concerning to me. But when you win games and you play well at the end of the game, like I said at the very beginning, that's really what matters the most in the NFL is, do you win? Do you play well when it comes time to win? And he has been doing that. And you can't teach that. That's not on a play sheet. That's just like here and here. And like, it's almost like some guys got it, some guys don't, right? Like, Dan Marino didn't necessarily have it when it mattered, even though he was great. Aaron Rodgers, sorry, dude, love you, but didn't really have it at the end of your career when it mattered. Like, Jordan's got it so far. Caleb's definitely got it so far. So
Josh has it.
Yeah, Josh definitely has it. Lamar, maybe not in the playoffs at the very least, right? Lamar doesn't, right? That's kind of a thing. We all know Mahomes has it. Other than 1 year, Stafford, maybe. I don't know if Stafford has it. Goff, definitely not. Nope. And sorry, Baker, but in the regular season, yes, but in the postseason, not so far, dude. You got to do it when it matters. So that's why this is exciting, because we both know this is going to probably be a close game, or at least one of the teams will be up, one of the teams will come back, and the fourth quarter is going to be big. And hopefully Jordan Love stays healthy in this game and can actually play to the fourth quarter. Because
so my prediction is, if Jordan Love finishes a game, you guys win.
Yeah, I agree. That's my prediction too. And I still think Jordan's going to be better than Caleb next year, Dave, just because, again, his many years in the system, his accuracy and his processing this year, I thought he's taken a massive leap from last year, which I think he didn't necessarily fail back, but I think with the injuries, he just couldn't be his normal self. His passes weren't quite the same. And he's been, I feel like, a top 5 quarterback this year. So I think he'll stay there, and Caleb will still be around top 10.
The thing that people don't give Jordan Love a lot of credit for is his pre-snap reads and changes on the offensive line for protection and changing routes. This year has been super elite, because the thing is that, like, the offensive line has been absolutely terrible, and him being able to, make those adjustments. Now, when you see Caleb play and Hafley being able to mix stuff up and confuse them and get pressure on Caleb, we got tons of pressure on Caleb. He just was able to run around and avoid it. If he didn't have that super amazing ability to avoid the rush, we probably would have won by 30 points, because Hafley was just throwing guys at him left and right. Caleb's
but he
not
does,
quite
though.
at
That's
the level.
why
he has that superpower.
Yeah, that's his superpower.
If you take away Jordan Love's arm and his brains, he'd suck.
If Michael Jordan couldn't jump, he'd be terrible.
Right, but I'm just talking specifically about the pre.
I know what you mean.
And Caleb can get better at that. Obviously, it's his second year; he can progress about that. But those are things just about Jordan Love people don't really understand. That's why a lot of this offense has had such great success in the passing game this year.
Yeah. No, I will say this though. I think Jordan Love surprised me in some ways, as good as he was this year, but I don't think he was as good as I hoped he would be this year. I think he was a little below that, and it might be because of.
I just don't think people understand how bad the offensive line has been for the Packers. It's been literally worse in the league, and he's found ways to mitigate that a bit.
The fact that he is so good on third down is not sustainable, though. I mean, he could be that good in general going forward, but the game plan and the team around him need to give him more help.
The reason that stat exists, though, is because when they run on early downs, they get no yards, so he just has to throw on 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10 all the time, and he's been really good at it the whole season.
Right, which is the opposite for Caleb, because he's ahead of the sticks, and that's why I want to see Caleb do more in the second and third quarter when the offense is moving the ball, and him not cause the drives to end by overthrows or bad decisions or whatever it might be. Right, so
even in the Niners game, he didn't get started until 4 minutes left in the first quarter, because he went 3 and out the first 2 drives.
Yep.
So if we can just get 3 solid quarters from Caleb, second, third, and fourth, I think that would go a long way. It'd be nice to get 4, but I'd settle for 3.
Also, the Packers just need to roll out Jordan Love so he gets to do those plays too and throw.
Yeah. Or Jordan Love just needs to throw crossers on this defense. Dave said it. Crossers. Just throw 5-yard passes.
The line
been money on crossers all season. Jordan Love's been money on the crossers.
Yeah, he has. And the Bears defense is so susceptible to him because of their speed. It's just bad.
They love to run man, and it's just okay, how do you beat man? Do crossers. Jameson Williams wasn't even trying to run upfield in the second half of that game. It was just they snapped the ball, and he just took a sidestep. And he just went and he scraped the defensive end's ass as he's going by him and whatnot. And Gardner Johnson, even our number one, Jalen couldn't. Johnson couldn't do anything against him. So it's we got to rely less on the man, get a little bit more zone. We got to get faster linebackers. Green Bay, you guys are blessed with speed at linebackers.
We are indeed.
Chicago,
we put first round picks on them, and
we spent a lot of capital on this defense that has been disappointing us for years, though. By the way,
instead we spend $20 million per year on medium speed linebackers.
Well, you didn't have.
We like big, slow run blockers, and that's not going to work against It's not going to work in the playoffs, but
All right.
we got 2
So-
years to build it up until Caleb is finally close enough to be on the same level with Love. He won't be there next year. Maybe in 2 years we can talk.
You heard it, folks. Jordan Love will always be better than Caleb Williams. So. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Can't wait to watch the game on Saturday. Appreciate you guys. Bye.